Y'all, what's good? Happy Saturday. It's your girl Jackie G with the T. Yeah, let it be, let it be. I'm gonna go ahead and give my point. I'm gonna give my take on this. I know everybody probably heard the video. I'm gonna play a little clip, but basically Shyne showed up on It Is What It Is. He was a guest appearance podcast that has Mase and Cam. Basically was just saying he was a poor kid. He admires Brandy. He had a dream of always being with Brandy, but he knew at the time he was poor, he wasn't on her level. He see her on Moesha. He liked it, Brandy. And who wouldn't like Brandy? She's a pretty lady, pretty young lady, and she grew up to be a beautiful lady as an older lady, mid-aged lady. But, and he said once when he started coming up, he approached her. But a mutual friend was telling him that, she was seeing Mase. And Brandy told him, hey, who said that you were here? Who told that you were here? So that mutual friend, the snitch, was going back and forth, letting them know, that Brandy was seeing both of them. And so everybody dropping, what they feel. They feel like, hey, she don't want to appear as a jump off, as someone who was seeing both dudes. And she denied it. She came out and cleared the air and said, hey, they were friends, but never lovers. But it was strictly platonic. It wasn't anything sexually or anything like that. And she said she don't know why he would say that. Now, I'm going to say this. I know some dudes do be popping off. Like back in the day, me and my sister, the little young boy, he grew up from elementary to junior high school to high school and said that he had us. He said that he had both of us. And we chewed him out. Okay, so you have guys who like to lie. But in this situation, I'm just going to keep it short. I don't really feel like Shyne has to lie. If he did hook up with Brandy, hey, it was what, over 30 years ago, 20 years ago? Hey, whoop de doo. And I feel like she don't really want people to look at her like that, in that way. And her brother Ray J came to her fits and he was very upset about it, which I can't blame Ray J. But he really cannot prevent two dudes for talking about his sister, which they had relationship with, So if it's not true, hey, it's not true. But, she did have a relationship accordingly to Mase that she was seeing Mase. And, he was a special guy. Shyne mentioned Kobe as well, being a special guy. And he wanted to be a special guy too. So y'all drop your comments, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what y'all think about it. And Ray J, I'm gonna play a little clip of Ray J just crashing out. Some of that stuff. I like Ray J. Go sit down, Ray J. A lot of people feel some type of way with Ray J. He's mad about them talking about his sister, but they feel like he was being disrespectful when it came to Kim Kardashian, saying that he was the first one to hit it. So I feel like everybody get caught up in their emotions. And, and even though that happened over 20 years or so, people are always going to talk. It's like he felt good that he was in a relationship, possibly was in a relationship with Brandy or whatever they decided to do back in the day. But Brandy, she want to keep a good girl image. Okay, no one don't want to look sleazy. No one don't want to look like they had two dudes cheating on two dudes or playing two dudes. So that's just the way it is. But the way I look at it is old. She's married now. She moved on, and she just don't want that kind of stuff coming out on her. I mean, that's the way I look at it. So, hey, it is what it is, and it was, and it's the past. All right, y'all have a good one. God bless you. Here's a clip.
What happened with Brandy and everything? Let's just do it.
Listen,
let's do it. Who's dealing with Brandy?
Okay, let me switch my glass.
You know what happened?
We going here.
You was dating Brandy at one time, or y'all was just, how'd it go?
I was special, you know. Wanted to be special. So I had to let him be special.
I mean, no lies told.
Yeah,
he was Shaq.
Okay.
He was the champion. He was the MVP.
Right.
I was Kobe, no pun intended, because they said Kobe was a special friend of Brandy's as well.
Right.
But no pun intended.
Right.
But I was coming out of high school on the championship team, and he was the superstar of the team.
Right.
But I definitely did want to be special. I definitely, but I had no idea. So what happened is we had a mutual friend who was a snitch.
Okay.
So I think he know who it is.
Right.
But so I was so excited because this is my dream person.
Right. Talk about Brandy.
Brandy.
Right.
I'm a poor kid, Brooklyn, watching MTV, watching Moesha, watching her on BET. And, as a dream, I'm like, man, if she was to know Shyne, I got that.
Right.
So when I came up, she was in the crosshairs. Like, I was sniping.
Right.
And, I had no idea, though, because he was special.
Right.
So he was running that playbook so discreetly, so quietly, I had no idea.
Yeah, he's sneaky.
So he was an ultra sniper. But I was so excited.
Right.
So I kept telling one of our mutual friends, and he was snitching me out. And then so Brandy was like, yo, who you told you here?
Right.
How so-and-so know that you here with me right now? And I'm like, oh, man.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's what's up.
That's
what elaborate?
That's my story.
What I'm elaborate.
I'm gonna slap the daylights out of you when I see you, period. Because one thing niggas ain't gonna do is talk about my sister without me going back on these big head Shyne, Mase, and Cam. Like, I don't know. I never had a problem with them, but I saw some day where, they gotta know that anything and laugh and giggle and joke about a nigga's sister. Y'all too grown now to be tripping. I don't be talking about old. So why y'all talking about old shit? And start posting their pictures. I'm a mom, your sister, daddy, everybody, man. You, and you. Niggas